right, so you've got a travel business. What's next? What should you be paying attention to? What should you be auditing? Where do you start if you want to grow? That's what we're talking about on the show today. All right, guys, don't forget to take a moment, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell over on YouTube. We bring you amazing content every single week, and I don't want you to miss a thing. If you're new here, type a little "I'm new" in comments. We are revving up for so much great content this week, and I want to welcome you to our community. If you are new here, my name is Cyndi Williams. I'm the CEO and founder of Wanderlust Campus. We're the leading educational provider of certifications and consulting for travel professionals just like you wanting to grow and supersize your travel businesses. You can find all of our information at travelschool.com, as well as some great free resources that I will link down below in this video. But today we're talking about how to audit your travel business. Where do you even get started with this? This is a great video for those of you who've started your business, you've made some sales, you've gotten a little momentum, but you're really wondering, okay, what do I do next? Where do I go? How do I audit my business? We're going to dive into that today. And if you are very new into the travel industry, I also want to tell you that it would really help you to take our free masterclass. This is linked down below as well. But if you're really still getting your bearings in the industry and you want to grab that momentum, take our masterclass. It's the 5 steps to a 7-figure selling travel business and beyond. And so many of my $1 million agencies started right here with this free class. And I hope that it does that for you as well. But let's get into talking about how to audit. What do I need to audit? What do I need to pay attention to? So the first thing that I want to say, now that you've started your travel business, is let's go through kind of some categories that you should be thinking about. And I'm going to start with the most boring stuff, so bear with me. This is the stuff people don't think about because it's not fun, it's not sexy, it's not going to the beach or flying to Hawaii or going to Ibiza. It's none of those things, right? It's the boring stuff, but it's important because it can get you in trouble. So first and foremost, do you have good accounting happening with your business? Do you have a good tax professional? That's number one. If you don't, jump in now. You don't want to get to the end of the year and have a shoebox full of receipts that you're taking into H&R Block. You don't want to do it that way. If you're going to be a real business owner, you need to work with a really good tax professional or a CPA to help you make good decisions in your business to make sure that you're protected and you're doing everything legally that you should. Secondly, is your business set up properly? Are you working just as a contractor right now, or do you have an actual business set up? There's a lot of advantages to having a business set up, a lot of write-offs that you can legally take, a lot of the things that you're doing in your business. There's a lot of advantages, but also making sure, are you set up properly for your state and making sure that you're following all the guidelines there. So that's number 2 you want to audit. Next one is, are you in compliance with local laws and regulations? Very important. There are 4 states within the U.S., if you are watching this from the U.S., that you have to have your seller of travel licenses. And in other parts of the world, there are other licensing requirements in your countries that may be required as well. Make sure you are aware of what those SOT laws are and that you are in compliance with them based on where you are. Last but not least, do you have legal forms and documents set up in your business to protect you? You are working in a relationship with a client where you are booking travel for them. You're using their credit card to book travel on their behalf. There are some things that you need to do to make sure that you are set up properly and that you're legally protected. This didn't used to be as big of a one as it has been post the pandemic. But because remember when the pandemic happened, all travel shut down and everyone canceled. Some of the suppliers were giving refunds and some weren't. So there was a lot of chaos that happened, and some of it kind of came back on travel professionals that didn't have good, strong legal documents in their business. And I don't want that to happen to you. So make sure that you are legally protected. So that's all the boring stuff. We're going to move on to some more fun stuff now. So the next one is, do you have real systems in your business today? And look, maybe you started your business as a hobby. Don't feel bad about that. A lot of people start their business as a hobby and grow into being really big, robust businesses. I did the same thing with my businesses as well, so I completely understand that. But there is a shift mindset-wise that you have to make in order to get out of hobby state and get into real business if you're going to really grow your business in a big way. So that's what we're going to cover here. When I talk about real systems, let's get into it. First one is your marketing machine. Do you have a marketing machine? Are you doing real marketing? Do you have leads coming into your business every single day that are not your friends and family? I'm not counting friends and family. That's how you can tell if you're a real business. If you have those leads coming in, you are doing something right. And if you have them coming in at a pace that it's almost more than you can handle, that's even better. We may have to, help you on the automation side so we can handle more leads. But for now, at least understand you need to start making strides with getting your marketing machine set up. Some other questions to ask yourself about marketing is, how many contacts do I have in my CRM? If you don't know what a CRM is, it's a customer relationship management system. You should have, I'm assuming that you have one of those. If you don't, do a little research on that. I have other videos on the channel. But if you have a CRM, I want you to look at, what is your contact list? Do you have thousands of leads in there? Do you have hundreds of leads? Do you only put the leads in for the people that you sell? That's not a good thing. You should be putting every lead in your system. So look at what your contact number is. How many contacts do I have? And then I want you to look at, how many leads are you averaging monthly? Are you bringing in 100 leads? Are you bringing in 200 leads? Are you bringing in 3 leads? That's going to tell you if you're a real business. If you don't have leads coming in from month to month, the reason you want to look at these numbers is that's what's going to tell you if you're growing, if your marketing machine is working. That's what's going to tell you that you're having that upward momentum. So this is what's telling you if your marketing machine is working, right? Then once you're looking at your database, I also want you to look at your percentage of recurring clients to your percentage of prospective clients. Remember a few minutes ago when I said, don't just put your sales in. You already made the sale, but what about all of those other people, those leads that are reaching out to you? Where are you holding that data? Make sure that they are in there and you have those lists segmented for your recurring clients, because you're going to handle and treat those a little bit differently than the conversation you'll have with prospective clients. So it's important to have that designation in your CRM that you're handling them a little bit separately. And then, are you leveraging your database? Sometimes people come to me and they're like, Cyndi, I've been in the business 30 years. My files are a mess. Here's what I'm dealing with. And they have a ton of data, and it's like a gold mine that they just haven't accessed yet. So I'm like, let's get in there and do some database mining, and we are going to turn this into dollars for you. So having a really clean, well put together database, but then also taking the time to make sure you're leveraging. If you have thousands of contacts in your CRM that you're not doing anything with on a month-to-month basis, that is like fish in a barrel. There's a million things that you can do with that, but just make sure you're asking yourself the question, what can I do? And am I leveraging the assets that I have today? Because that is an asset in your business. Next one is, are you leveraging marketing funnels? That's what you want to start with when I talk about leveraging your database. Are you really looking at your database? Do you need to segment the data? If you have thousands and thousands of contacts, you might need to have segmented lists. But if you just have a few hundred, that's okay. We can start there. But how are we going to build marketing funnels to reach those people and convert more sales? So are you using marketing funnels? So that's the little audit on the marketing system. So answer those questions honestly for yourself. That will give you an idea of, wow, I have a lot of work to do. I don't know what I'm doing. Or yes, I'm doing all of those things, Cyndi. I have an A+ so far. And no judgment either way. This is a process, guys. You are learning this as you go. So I commend you again for watching this video and doing the work and getting started on holding yourself accountable to making these goals. Next system is the sales system. So what does your sales cycle look like? When a lead comes in, first of all, how does it come in? Do you have any automation in that process? How quickly are you getting back with your leads? What is your protocol once you give someone a quote? How many times do you follow up? Is there a sales funnel that's in place from the time that you qualify them to the time that you give them a proposal to the time that you close them? What does that look like, and what are the touch points that are in there? You need to have a strong sales cycle. You want to make sure that you're looking at that from a A to Z perspective, from the minute the lead comes in to the minute you close them, and making sure that that process is effective. If it's not effective, you need to tweak it, or something's broken, or you may need to learn a new skill or adjust your process so you get better results. Your goal with a good sales sales system is that you are converting as many leads as possible to sales. So there's a lot of things that you can do in your sales cycle process that can help you get to clients faster, convert them faster, and have them also around for a long time. If you're being ghosted by clients, that's a sign that there's something broken in your sales cycle. Or if you are going through this process where you're having to follow up and follow up and follow up, something maybe happened in that actual proposal process that could be stronger or done a little bit differently that can make you a more effective salesperson. And I get it. Sales is hard for a lot of people, but I want to tell you, authenticity is the new sales. It doesn't have to be cringy. It doesn't have to be slimy. You can do it in a way where it feels good. We're selling vacations here. We're not selling like shoes, right? So let's make it fun. But think about, challenge yourself. What does my process look like today? Where can I get stronger? Where can I make that better? The next is your service system. This is one where people will come to me and when we really go through their data, it'll show me you're making a lot of upfront sales, but why aren't your clients coming back to you? They don't have a really good recurring business model. That's usually an indicator that something is wrong with their service system. When I say service system, once you get that credit card and they have that deposit in or they've paid for the trip, that is not where your job ends. It's really where your job starts. Those touch points in between when you booked and when they leave for their trip, how you are available, monitoring the trip while they're on the vacation, and how you check in with them when they come back. That is your service system. So making sure you have touch points, making sure you're wowing your clients, making sure that you're promoting a recurring business model is really important. It is much harder to get a client that you don't know to convert with you than it is to just reserve a client that already knows, likes, and trusts you. So having a strong service system is actually pretty easy, but a lot of people don't think through the detail of what needs to happen there. So keep that in mind. That's also one of the systems you should have in your business as you audit yourself. Now, operational best practices. Operations is a lot, and I don't want to go down a huge rabbit hole where this video is 8 hours long, so I want to give you guys concise, quick, great information. But operational best practices, you want to think about, what are my workflows in my business? Do I have crisis management protocols, right? So if any of you were travel professionals through the pandemic, a lot of us have crisis management protocols. Very important. What if an emergency happens? Because it's not just a pandemic. It could be civil unrest. It could be a hurricane. It could be a fire. We've all seen this stuff happen and play out over years and years and years. There's always something crazy popping in. So what are your protocols in those emergencies? You also want to think about, how does your tech stack? What I mean by that is, how are you leveraging today's technology to make sure you're running the most efficient travel business possible? This is my favorite thing because although I don't love tech and doing the research and doing the things, I do it because when I'm able to stack tech in a way where it helps my business run uber effectively, I get more time back. And when I get more time back, I am happier. I have more life-work balance. I can build my business around my family, which is the only way to do it, by the way. So understanding how to stack your tech and leveraging technology is really important if you don't want to drive yourself crazy. Some of you guys watching this video might be really, really busy, but it's like you're in this constant cycle of chaos. You might be seeking work-life balance. You don't care about more leads. Technology and your operational best practices are going to do that for you. And then, are you automating any repeatable processes in your business? For those of you who don't know, in addition to Wanderlust Campus, I own 2 other companies. All of my companies I run systematically the same way. When I talk about these processes and systems, they are in all 3 of my companies. I could never have 3 companies and have 3 kids and also travel all over the world. You guys are following me on Instagram. I know, all the crazy travel we're doing. That would not be possible unless I had all this technology in place, right? So making sure that you are really looking at where you're spending your time as a business owner, where you're wasting your time, and figuring out if there's a tech solution that can handle some of that heavy lifting for you. I want to have just a quick reminder for any of my Careers on Vacation Mastermind students. I want to remind you that marketing systems is covered in mods 4 through 6 inside Wanderlust Campus. Sales is covered inside mod 7. Service is covered inside mod 9, and crisis management is covered inside module 10. If you are a careers on vacation student, you have all of that at your disposal within Wanderlust Campus. And if you're not a student yet, no worries at all. I put a bunch of free resources for you down in the video description. You can find all kinds of goodies for those of you who are not yet Wanderlust Campus students. All right, number 2 of this audit process, you want to really make sure that you are defining your measures of success. As you are growing as a business owner, you have to keep challenging yourself. You are the CEO of your business, but understanding what your measures of success are really critical. So one of the things we teach in our mastermind program is about key performance indicators. We call them KPIs for short. So a few things that you can do is understand what are the KPIs in my business. That means what are my measures of success and what do I need to track so I can look from month to month to see what my progress is. And that will give you a really clear snapshot of where you're either needing more assistance in your business, where you need to work a little harder, where you need to adjust, or where you're doing a great job. So you have to measure it though. A lot of people sometimes when they do those consults with us, they say, I feel like, and I'll say, show me your numbers, because the numbers don't lie. So if you have good data, you can do this self-audit on your own. I'm gonna give you the top 3 KPIs that I want you to know if you are just getting in that habit of auditing your business. So the first one is your CPI. This is your cost per inquiry. And basically, that's fancy lingo for meaning your lead flow. So it means how much money it's costing you for every inquiry that comes into your business. So if I spend $500 on marketing this month and I brought in 100 leads, I'm going to take $500 divided by 100, and that's going to tell me my cost per lead is $5 per lead. I hope I mathed that correctly, but you guys get the idea. So your cost per inquiry, how much did it cost to make your phone ring, to get those leads to come into you to have an opportunity to sell them? Then the next measure that I want you to measure is your cost per conversion, your CPC. That is how much it costs you in marketing spend to convert a lead. So if I take that same $500 and I only convert 5 of those 100 people that came in, then I know it cost me $100 a lead. Now you're going to convert more than 5, but you guys get the idea from a math perspective. So, but what is it cost me? So how much am I spending marketing? And then how much is it costing me to convert those 5? Now here's the good news. Even if it did cost you $100 per person to convert, their trips, the commission's going to be more than $100. So you're still on the upside for your spend. You see how that's working out? So when you start spending money on marketing, it makes you feel good about spending marketing dollars because you watch how spending $500 can turn into $5,000 for your bottom line. So make sure you measure that one as well. The other one I want you to measure is your close rate. A lot of people go, I'm a great salesperson. Or maybe some people say I'm not a great salesperson and they struggle with that. But you don't really know until you start measuring your close rate. So based on that number of leads that you have come in, so if you have 100 leads come in, how many did you close? If you only closed 5, your close rate was 5%. If you closed 30, your close rate was 30%. If you closed 50, your close rate was 50%. But understanding that number from month to month to see if you're consistent, to see if it's going up and down. And also you can start to look at the marketing types, because sometimes you can even close certain marketing types stronger because it's that just tells you your marketing is bringing you a better quality lead that closes better for you. See how this data starts to tell a story about your business, and then you can make better decisions. But understanding your close rate, so then you can go back and say, okay, is my sales system working? Or if you do make improvements to your sales system, if your close rate starts at 10% and it goes up to 45%, you can go, wow, making those changes that I did in my sales system really made a difference, but you can only tell that if you track those numbers. The last one that I want you to track is a service ranking. If you are not already giving your clients a satisfaction survey, you need to do that. Don't be afraid of it. This is a part of the process. If you want to be a true business owner and you're always wanting to evolve and grow, one of the important things is you ask people, how are we doing? What can we do better? This is something we do at Wanderlust Campus. Every student that goes to our program gets an opportunity to do a survey, and we've gotten the best ideas from the I wish you had. And so many of those we have implemented into our programs now. So we have over a 97% satisfaction ranking as an example. So we know we're doing an amazing job. We feel great about that. But we also look at that other 3% and go, how can we even get better? What can we keep working on? So unless you can be humble enough to really ask yourself and be brave enough to look at that feedback, you can be in a tough spot if you just think you're doing everything right. You have to hold yourself accountable as a business to say, oh, I think we could do a better job there. I think we could serve our customers better if we make this adjustment. So get some type of automated survey in play for your consumers, and then that will determine your service ranking on a monthly basis. So I hope that gave you guys some really good things to think about as you start to grow your business. If you're ready to go beyond the audit process and you really want to get serious about growing your travel business, we would be honored to help you at Wanderlust Campus. We really help you with developing your real systems. You get access to Wanderlust Campus, all of the tools, the resources, a KPI tracker, how to grow as a business owner, how to increase your profits, and also how to have fun. You get to work with me and my team of experts. This is a very hands-on consulting type program where we are understanding you as a person, what you need to grow your business, and really helping you bridge those gaps so you can really jump to the next level, whether that means showing up to our live classes, doing our on-demand training, or having that lifetime of the program support so you can refer back to tools and resources and things like the KPI tracker. We actually give you a KPI tracker that helps you track your goals even past the point that you're with our program. So we teach you all these systems that I just touched on today in a deeper level and help you get them implemented in your business as well. So visit us at careersonvacation.com/ready now if you'd like to find out a little bit more about that. And either way, I wish you guys so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world. I'll see you back here next week. Have a great week, guys. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all the content available to you on our channel. And I invite you to follow along, travel with me around the world as I grow and scale my travel businesses. You're gonna pick up some great tips, some great tricks on how you can grow your own travel brand too. I'm gonna drop some links down below, and also check out these videos I handpicked just for you.